We're back. The road to
We
WrestleMania
back.
starts now. Like and subscribe. And leave the entire script of the B movie again. Or you know what?
Always the B movie.
Let's do let's do Shrek. Shrek 2.
Specifically Shrek 2.
Yeah, that's fucking incredible. That's one of the greatest films of all time.
I will be honest, a lot of the Shrek films just mesh together.
No. 2
It's been a
is
while since I've
cinema.
seen
2 is
most of them.
absolute fucking cinema. Police brutality, police brutality. That is a classic. Anyway, so we're getting off topic again.
We always get on off topics.
Let's jump into it. All right. Ah, last episode started with Adam Cole and CM Punk in their match, and that ended with Roman Reigns coming out. So we get a video package of that. And Roman makes his return to Monday Night Raw. He comes out, fingers one's up, not fingers up, one's up. Uh, gets a mic and he says, "A lot of shocked faces around here. Well, let me tell you, I didn't come to talk. I came to fight. Punk has crossed off my list now, so I can move on. Move on to where this all started. Adam Cole, get your sorry ass out here and fight me like a man." Instead of Cole, we instead get Mello coming out again. Kid, what are you doing here? I didn't call you out. I still have my problems with you, but you're more like at the bottom of the totem pole for me. Man, what is it with all these old timers not taking me seriously? Listen, I came out here because I know what you're about to ask this man. You're about to ask Cole for a title shot, and that's not going to happen. You just got back, so you need to get to the back of the line, pal. I was here first, and my problems with Cole vastly outweigh yours. So take your petty little beef and move to the back. Look, I'll give you the same offer I gave Punk. Af- After I beat Cole, you can be the first in line to get your ass beat by me. Kid, I respect that you got the balls to tell me that, I'll admit. But nothing is going to stop me from getting to Cole. And if I have to make an example out of you, then I will. So please, for your own good, just walk away. Just as Mello is about to get in Roman's face, the Titantron comes on and it's Cole backstage. He says, "Look, I like the effort of you two that you two are making to lure me out. I really do. But I'm done defending this title until Mania. Sorry, I'm backing out. I'm going on vacation. Me and the boys, we're going to Tahiti. So if you guys want a shot at me, then one of you will either have to win the Rumble or the Chamber." Well, it's been fun, guys. I'll see you around. Roman puts the mic to his mouth and says, "Well, I know from personal experience that Eric isn't going to let him take a couple months off like that. I'll go talk to Eric. Don't worry. I'll see you around, Mello." And then we get Intercontinental Championship match. Roddy Winslow. Uh, then Roman is in my office, and I tell him, yeah, not only is he not going to just leave for a few months, he's going to defend that title at the Rumble. Look, I'll get working on the number one contenders match for next week, and I'm sure you'll be part of it. Uh, Great. That's all I wanted to hear. But I am disappointed you're not going to make him wrestle every week like you made me do. Yeah, I learned that was inhumane, and I apologize for making you do that, man. That was messed up. It's cool. I deserved it. Thanks. See you next week, boss. All right. Bailey and Lola versus the Bellas. Bailey is able to get a roll up victory over Nikki Bella. Afterwards, the Bellas attack them. And then Roxanne is backstage when she is suddenly surrounded by Futuro Dorado after they just got beat down. Bailey leads the charge. She says, Last time we faced you, you got lucky. But I'm ready now. My crew has my back. The question is, Rox, are you up for the challenge? I'm sorry. Why should you get a shot at this title? You haven't done anything of importance other than beat up Jordan. If anything, she should be getting this title shot. She took you guys on 3-on-1 for most of the year. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go talk to Eric to make sure that that match gets made. No, you can't do that, you idiot. She has to earn it like we have. I just beat Nikki Bella like you did to start the year. Fine, I'll make her earn it. And you'll get a chance to earn it too. See you soon. Alright, this is a number one contenders match for the tag team championships. Pete Dunne is able to pin Frazier. New Catch Republic get like their third chance at the tag titles. Third time's a charm. Then Becky comes into my office and says, "Last week can't stand. I had that match won. She got lucky. Next week we do it again. This time I want to make sure she can't leave and get weapons. Next week, me versus Julia in a steel cage. Make it official, idiot." Well, Becky, first things first, that's gimmick infringement. Idiot's Bailey's thing. Lucky for you, I won't tell Bailey. However, I won't let you talk to me like that. So, as punishment, I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. You versus Julia next week. It's official and it's in a steel cage. This is gonna be the end of the, and this will be the end of this little feud. Someone who has unfinished business with Julia has been messaging me and saying she's up next, and I fully intend to give her what she wants. Then this is a little number one contenders tournament thing we got going for the Roxanne's title. Jordan gets the victory here, obviously. Uh, JD is in the back. He turns a corner and sees a WWE semi truck that has a picture of Finn on it. He starts fighting back tears, saying, "No, I did the right thing. I did the right thing. I did the right thing." Until the dam breaks and the waterworks starts flowing, and then he just runs away to the back. And out of the corner comes out Shin, and he looks at him leave and shakes his head. Under his breath, he says, "Progress." He's almost back. Then we get the main event in a breezy episode of Raw. The bell rings, and right out of the gate, Oba rushes Theory and just flattens him. He picks him up and power bombs him. Cover. 1, 2, kick out. Oba smiles and tells Theory, "Okay, I was gonna give you an easy way out of here, but I see you want to suffer. I respect that." He deadlifts Theory up into a military press and hits a military press on him. Cover again. 1, 2, kick out. Oba then just starts unloading with punches and kicks Theory's chest, leaving it red and battered. Then he picks him up again and launches him across the ring. Then he does it again and again and again until finally he decides to pick him up and throw him to the outside. Theory goes flying through the announce table. Oba does Oba hasn't even broken a sweat yet, and Theory is completely laid out on the outside. The ref goes to check on him, and when he sees he's fine, he starts to count. At the count of 5, Theory still hasn't moved. The ref gets to 7 when he finally starts moving. At 8, he's crawling towards the ring. 9, he's almost there, and he just barely enters the ring before the count of 10. Oba's in disbelief. He can't believe Theory is still in the match, but he's impressed. He's trying to hide it, but his face doesn't lie. He finally says, "All right," enough playing around. He picks Theory up and throws him into the corner and starts driving his shoulder into the abdomen of Theory until he stops and decides to do one massive charge. He backs up to the other side of the ring and he charges. Theory sees it and jumps out of the way. Oba goes shoulder first into the ring post and it has a massive loud impact. Theory, who was dazed, is now fully aware of of what's happening. He starts looking around. He's trying to find out how to take advantage of the situation. Oba is still hanging on the ropes. Finally, he climbs the opposite side of the ring where Oba is, and he hits a coast to coast straight into the back of Oba's knee. Oba goes down. Theory climbs the top. Theory climbs the top of the rope and hits a frog splash, cover, 1, 2, kick out. Theory then wastes no time. He goes right back on offense and tries to lift up Oba for an A-Town down, but he can't get him up. Theory falls. Oba lands right on top of him. Theory starts getting up. He decides he has to try one more time. He's about to go for it when Oba hits a fall from grace out of nowhere. Cover. 1, 2, kick out. Oba's just grabbing at his leg. He can't stand on it. He's limping and he falls back onto the ropes to keep himself up. He's talking to the ref as the ref is trying to see if he can continue. He tells the ref he's fine, but he's clearly not. Oba gets close to Theory. Theory rolls him up. Cover. 1, 2, kick out. Theory stands and gets hit with a massive forearm that knocks him out. Oba tries to pick him up one more time for a fall from grace, but he can't. So he drags him to the corner and uses the ropes to help carry Theory up. He gets him up for a fall from grace, but Theory grabs the rope and goes onto the apron. Oba turns and gets hit with a massive headbutt. This dazes him for a second. Theory climbs to the top. He jumps onto Oba. Oba catches him midair and hits a fall from grace. Oba is slow to cover. It takes a while, and he finally covers. 1, 2, kick out. Oba can't believe it. He starts talking to the ref, saying that it was a 3. The ref says it wasn't. Oba is on one foot. He decides to try to do it one more time. So with all his might, he tries to get Theory up, but he just can't. Theory reverses. He lets out a barrage of strikes until until Oba is dazed. And Theory tries one more time to pick up Oba, and he does. He hits an A-Town down. The crowd is going crazy. Theory yells, "One more time!" And he is once again somehow able to get Oba up for an A-Town down. And he finally covers him. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Austin Theory. And that is Raw.
I wasn't expecting a work rate match at the end of Raw this week.
And that's why that main event. God damn it.
Welcome to SmackDown. This is the show right after Bash in Berlin for SmackDown, December week 4. So this is the last episode within this calendar year. Uh, our next episodes will be at the start of the new year. This is also the start of the road to WrestleMania. Our next pay-per-view being the Royal Rumble in 5 weeks' time.
I can't fucking take it anymore.
Uh, like, subscribe, hype the video, comment down below. Put the entire script for Avatar
Oh, hell
down
no.
below.
I'm mid as hell.
It shouldn't be too much. There's not entirely too much dialogue in that movie. Uh, but with
That's all the
but
fucking.
with that said, let's get into the episode of SmackDown tonight. AJ Styles and Ethan Page come down to the ring and celebrate winning the tag titles. They also celebrate AJ retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. They gloat about how great they are, and that's when Big E comes out. Big E congratulates them on the title win and AJ retaining the World Heavyweight title. Big E says he has some news though. Unfortunately, Cody is currently on the sideline due to AJ's dastardly actions at Bash in Berlin. But we spoke earlier today, and he made his intentions very clear. He wants another match, and because of your actions, AJ, I am inclined to give it to him. Obviously, the match won't happen tonight, but won't be tonight. But doctors have informed me that Cody should be 100% by the Royal Rumble. Oh, and as an added stipulation to that match at the Rumble, Cody says he wants a form of revenge, so your match will be a Falls Count Anywhere match. Big E leaves, AJ and Ethan are left in shock in the ring. We then move on to this match: Swerve Strickland versus Braun Breaker versus Kevin Owens. Towards the end, Swerve has Kevin set up for the house call, but as he charges in, he gets speared by Braun. Braun then gets up and immediately gets hit with a stunner from Owens. Owens covers Braun for the 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens starts the show with a win. We then see Big E sitting in his office when Charlotte walks in with Chemical X. Big E says, "Well, Charlotte, I gave you one simple order and you disobeyed it, so put the belt on my desk." Charlotte is furious and says, "But Chemical X didn't interfere." Biggie says, "Come on, you're going to tell me a random stranger decided to put on a mask and help you? Yeah, I don't buy it." So Charlotte, you're being stripped of your IC title effective immediately. Charlotte says, "So no investigation. I just suffered the consequences of someone else's actions." Biggie says, "No, there will be an investigation, and if you are proven innocent, then the belt will go back to you. But for now, you are being stripped of it." Charlotte then begrudgingly places the belt on the desk and walks out. We then see Swerve Strickland sitting on some crates, upset with himself about losing the match tonight and not knowing what he needs to do to gain some momentum. Someone then sits next to him and places an arm on his shoulder. The camera pans back, and you see Keith Lee sitting next to Swerve Strickland. Keith says, "Swerve, whenever I deal with tough times, I always find it easier to lean on your friends." Swerve just smiles and says, "Maybe that's what I need to start doing." We then see American Made is arguing with basically every tag team in the locker room outside of Final Testament. Street Profits say they should be in line for the tag title shot. Lucha Bros, New Day, Motor City Machine Gun, basically every team is making their claim for the belts. Bloodline Wolfpack then walks into frame and says, "Ain't a damn one of you getting a title shot before we get our rematch." American Made then steps up and says, "Well, how about you show us you deserve the rematch?" Solo asks if that's a challenge, and Gable says, "My men are always ready in gear. So meet us down in the ring." So we head down to the ring. Creed Brothers taking on the Gorillas of Destiny. Um, During the match, Final Testament comes out and chases Gable into the crowd. The Creed brothers then exit the ring and follow Final Testament and Gable to help save Gable. During this, they get counted out, and Gorillas of Destiny pick up the win. We then see Io Sky is furious in her locker room when Dakota Kai comes in and tries to explain her actions. Dakota says she just wanted everything to be better, and she thought uh, if she did to her what she did to Asuka, that would solve things. Io says it solved nothing. In fact, I want you in that ring right now. Io then storms off towards the ring. Dakota Kai then kind of sheepishly makes her way down to the ring for their matchup. And during the match between Io and Dakota, Dakota almost seems like she just doesn't want to be there. Io lays in this assault and picks up the win, and Dakota kind of just takes it. So Io wins. We then see Asuka and Kairi are watching the match in the back and make some comments about how stupid Dakota is for trying to solve the problems. Kairi says she probably would have done the same thing as Dakota if she thought it would help. Asuka then hits Kairi in the back of the head with a fan, and they leave the screen. We then see AJ Lee and Cora Jade storm into Big E's office and complain about Team Bad's involvement during her match at Bash in Berlin. Big E says he completely understands, but you can't just be handing out title shots. AJ says, this isn't a handout. This is something I deserve. Or are you telling me that you let your talent get cheated out of opportunities? Uh, Biggie says, of course not. But we're just mere weeks away from the Royal Rumble. Are you sure you just don't want a spot in the Rumble itself? I mean, winning that guarantees you a match at Mania for the belt. AJ says, we have known each other for a long time. Have you ever known me as somebody who likes to play the long game? Big E says, no. AJ says, then give me my damn match. Big E says, fine, you want your match? You can have it. But it's not going to be tonight. AJ seems frustrated and he says, look, I still have to put on the best product for the fans. And Mercedes versus you for the belt is too good a matchup for SmackDown. So I'm giving you your match and it's going to be at the Royal Rumble instead. I will say though, with me giving you this match, I am now disallowing you from competing in the Women's Rumble this year. AJ says she doesn't need the Rumble after she beats Mercedes for that title, and they storm out of the room. Um, Malachi Black then walks into Biggie's office as AJ and Cora storm out and says, Biggie, we need to talk about the US title. Ever since Jacob won the belt, it has felt like a background to whatever the hell is going on with Sammy. Sammy, Trick, and all of them. Biggie says he completely understands and plans on doing something about it. In fact, I have the perfect thing in mind. Malachi just sighs and says, it's another tournament, Isn't it? Biggie says, exactly. Biggie pulls out a piece of paper from his desk and says, starting tonight, we will decide who will be facing Jacob Fatu for that US title on the January Week 4 episode of SmackDown. And it seems like you have a match next in the first round, so good luck. Malachi sighs and then heads towards the ring. His opponent in this US title number one contenders tournament in the first round is Damian Priest. Malachi Black ends up picking up the win. Drew McIntyre is then seen heading into Big E's office and draws a number for the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins then comes in shortly after and draws his number. Drew seems a bit upset with his, and Seth has a huge grin across his face. Drew trash talks Seth for a little bit and says, I would be World Heavyweight Champion right now if you didn't cost me that number one contenders match a few weeks ago. Seth just laughs and says, Drew, it's always the same with you, blaming everyone else. Drew says it's not blaming when it's the truth. Even someone as slimy as you can see that. Seth says, do you really want to go another round, Drew? Because I'm always ready to smash your face in. Drew says to bring it on. Uh, says bring it on. Says bring it on, Seth. In fact, let's make this interesting. How about you put that number on the line? Whoever wins gets your number. Seth says, oh, this is what this is all about. You got a bad number, huh? Well, in that case, no deal, and walks out. Sami Zayn is then seen speaking to Omos and Trick Williams and says he appreciates them having his back all this time and they wish him luck in the tournament tonight. They then freeze as off-screen Sami sees his opponent heading towards the ring. Sami says, "Is that who I think it is?" Then the person's music hits and it is revealed to be Ricky Saints making his debut for SmackDown. Sami Zayn then makes his way down to the ring. This is another match in the U.S. title number one contenders tournament. This is another round one matchup. We see Sammy has Ricky in position for the Haluva kick when Solo Sikoa comes down to the ring and starts arguing with Sammy. Sammy is distracted for a moment but tries to brush him off. As he rushes towards Saints, Ricky spears Sammy. He then picks Sammy up and connects with a Rochambeau and covers Sammy for the 1, 2, 3. Ricky Saints picks up a win in his debut match on SmackDown. And that is SmackDown.
Oh, we're done. It's
We are done.
been like three
So
and a
the thing
half
I
hours.
Yeah. Keith Lee also made his debut on this episode. Um, and Swerve Strickland has as many losses as Paige does.
Hilarious.